No Aaron, no problem. To me, Jordan Love looked
To say the
extremely
least.
poised and unruffled in his first start post Aaron Rodgers, throwing for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns to continue Green Bay's ownership of the rival Bears in Chicago.
Or Aaron Jones.
After the game, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said this: "There's a big-time belief in that locker room for Jordan Love. I think the guys, they're going to rally around him. They're
I thought the
excited
Bears were
for
going to
him. They
easily win
love
this
him.
game.
They respect him. He comes to work every day.
I was
Great
dead wrong.
attitude, great energy. I think you saw that today."
I also thought the Bengals would beat the
You know,
Browns.
it sure sounds to me like LaFleur is saying Jordan Love is everything Aaron Rodgers wasn't last year for the Packers. So, Michael Irvin, how much will the Packers miss Aaron Rodgers?
Before you even move on to what Skip is saying right now, think about what Skip just said, Matt LaFleur said. Why do you even need to do all of that, right, as a head coach? You don't need to overpraise the young man's work ethic. You don't need, like, come on, man. That's just it's one of those.
He was sticking it in.
Well, all of the stuff off the football field, you're right. Like, and when you started talking about, great energy, great.
Yeah, you don't need to do all that
stuff. Okay, that's definitely a throw. But, and I know I started today getting on you guys about not talking about tomorrow, and there's just one game and everything. In this situation, this is not one game. It is one game, but you're looking, you want to win, but we're also looking at the growth of Jordan Love, and you're looking for comparative analysis, something I.
It's a big game too. He had a lot of shoes to fill in Chicago.
Brett Favre do, and right now you go back to the first start against.
Maybe he'll
the
start
Bears.
telling Chicago that he owns them too.
Played better than all of them in their first start against the Bears. So you start saying, wow. After all we've talked about, all this kid is going through, and I measurement and distance travel, for this kid to go through that and then pop up in that moment and play that way, that's huge. Because Coach alluded to some of it. All it's doing now is giving guys confidence in this locker room, in this young man. We're talking about now, will they miss Aaron Rodgers? Of course they're going to miss Aaron Rodgers because they're going to miss some of those pressure plays. But you got hope in watching this young man grow now, and you're happy with what you saw.
The growth is important, right? Are they going to miss Aaron Rodgers? Maybe.
Well,
it depends on in
You're
certain situations, but sometimes addition by subtraction goes a long ways, right? I mean, what happens to us in general in life and society, when we used to seeing something, we've seen it so long, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers will never be able to replace Brett Favre. Erase that. Now, all of a sudden, we got Jordan Love, but we've been seeing Aaron Rodgers, so no matter what Jordan Love does, we still gonna say, yeah, but if they had Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love makes a throw to Romeo Doubs on a fade route in the corner of the end zone. Same throw.
Romeo Doubs had a huge game yesterday.
Come on, man. Same throw. Same throw.
In the preseason game.
In the preseason game. Same throw. Guess what we did? Oh, my God. Woo! You see that throw?
When Aaron threw it.
Because Aaron threw it. But when Jordan Love threw it to Romeo Doubs, same throw. Pinpoint accuracy.
It was beautiful.
Right over
I
his head.
actually had that same exact thought.
We ain't saying nothing about the throw.
Yeah, this one.
Well, okay, whatever. But it's like oh, my God, I wish I had that.
Yeah, that looked just like Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson in the
Same
preseason.
thing.
He fell back the same way.
Romeo Doubs on the second.
Like Aaron Rodgers.
Same thing. Second throw on the touchdown. On the baseline, Romeo Doubs comes from right to left. He scans, he goes to his progressions and reads. He rips it right in the middle. We ain't say nothing. No. But if Aaron Rodgers would have thrown it, we would have slowed it down. We'd have sped it up when he got there, and we'd have been like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
When you go back, and I wasn't working with you guys, but 6 months ago, and I know coaches and players in Green Bay, coaches that I played with, coaches that coached me, players that I train and I know, and they was like, man, we good. Dude, good. I've been watching Jordan Love since high school here in L.A. And I watched him at Utah State. I know what he is. So I could see in the little bit of time that he was playing, he didn't play much, but you could tell he's going to be something if he's coached up right.
Yeah.
That's all. And now you get this confidence by taking care of Chicago, and he did all this without Christian Watson in the lineup.
Right, without Watson.
I mean,
that's
so
true.
I'm happy for him. I think I think the division, in my opinion, is going to come down to them in Detroit.
Yep.
Right, Minnesota
Okay.
laid an egg. You're right.
They did. Okay. I'm not the biggest Aaron Rodgers guy, on or off the field. So I am rooting for this kid like you can't believe. And the biggest reason is, speaking of plugged in, my brother Lil Wayne is plugged in to the Packers. He's a lifelong Packer fan, and he knows Matt LaFleur very well and keeps in touch with everybody in the organization. He has been telling me for 6 months exactly what you were hearing. They are good.
They're good.
They believe this kid can be they're not going to All-Pro or Hall of Fame. They just think they can win a bunch of football games with this young man because he's made of the right stuff. And he is a talented kid who got to watch for 3 years, just like Aaron got to watch for 3 years. And in those 3 years, I watched a whole lot of Aaron Rodgers at Cal from Jeff Tedford, and he didn't look like that. And when he got to Green Bay, they completely rebuilt his delivery into what you know and love of him now. I think they have worked hard on this kid's delivery on every facet. It's gold to sit and watch for not 1 year, but for 3 years. And yet I got goosebumps yesterday watching him because that was not easy what he did. Chicago was favored to win that game. They are arch rivals. Chicago hates them a lot
Justin
more than
Fields is
Green Bay
supposed to be
Chicago. But this is their
top-tier
time
quarterback
to
now that he has.
We got this. We're going to finally take this thing back on our turf in Soldier Field. And here they went, and there they went, because he took the game over and he played with such extreme poise and confidence. He looked like he'd been doing it for about 3 years.
The same thing we talk about when we talked about winning, and Dak Prescott, as Mike would say, 0 interceptions.
That's the key.
That's the key. If you don't turn the football
when they score
over,
like 38
that's
points.
one of your main jobs as a quarterback, is get your team into the end zone and don't turn the football over. Because if you turn the football over, all you're doing is giving extra possessions to the opponent. And he didn't do that for a young quarterback. You could just tell that this was his time. They're all playing for him. They're playing with him, and they feel good about the situation. There wasn't miscommunication. A lot of times with young quarterbacks and young receivers, that's just
they're not scared of dropping a ball from Aaron Rodgers and never being thrown out again.
Somebody's running the dig, but instead of running the post, and you didn't get that yesterday with them at all. There was no miscommunication.
Right. And I always worry about young quarterbacks and the things they go through to get to that starting spot. You know, I remember watching Aaron Rodgers as Brett Favre was on his way out and Aaron Rodgers was coming in. Everybody was so excited about Aaron Rodgers. What I saw last night was special in a sense that I can watch that game and you can tell those guys wanted to make sure that Jordan Love have success. They played hard for him. And Coach mentioned it. And that was another little job. That was another little. Look at that. Look,
any shots at Aaron Rodgers they could possibly take, they're going to take them all season.
Well for him, man. I was real happy with that because they were happy for him.
And
so
Michael,
he deserves he deserves credit.
You remember when Aaron Rodgers came back on us up at Green Bay last year. We were up 28-14 through 3 quarters. And in the 4th quarter, it was all about Aaron to Christian Watson because he is big and he is fast.
Man, Watson.
He is a stud, and he was not there. And Lazard is in New York with Aaron, right? And obviously Devontae, this 2 years ago, has gone to the Raiders. So my point is, it was kind of Romeo or bust. I didn't even know the other guys. The tight end he's throwing to, I didn't even know who he was.
In the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, as we talk about the division and a young quarterback in the big picture, I would say is, can he win 10 games, right? Can he win 10? He's already got 1. Can he take and do 9 of the next 16?
I believe he can.
And I believe he can as well. So now
he looked really good yesterday.
You win the division. You did your job. You got them into the playoffs, and everything, all bets are off at that point.
So come back to the original question, will they miss Aaron Rodgers? If he can win 10 games, that answer will be no. Because now we're still in the hunt, and we don't have that misery.
9.
Can
he win 9 now, though? Because he got 1 in the back pocket.
Dude, listen, and it looks good. When I look at what I saw in that division, I thought Minnesota would do, and Detroit.
Yeah, Minnesota was horrible yesterday.
When Detroit got, but that Green
Kirk's
Bay
stats are pretty crazy though. He had what, like
they can win that
380 yards or something.
Right now they can win that division.
And
it's not horrible.
Aaron Rodgers
one
has
pick.
stunk in the postseason the last 3 years, and I'm counting last year because they had
Tua was
Detroit
crazy
to get
yesterday
to the
too. Oh my
postseason
goodness.
and didn't get there. But he
Tyreek had
home
like 250
field,
yards.
2 straight years and lost at home in the playoffs. Well, maybe Jordan Love can go win a playoff game.
Right, but he lost in the championship game.
No, he lost in Champ 2. We're going back 2 years ago.
Right.
But he's stunk.
It's one game nowadays to get to the championship, man.
Well,
you win one game, right?
They're not going to be a top.
No, but I'm saying though, it's one game to get there. You win your home field advantage. You got the #1 seed. It's one game.
Yeah,
it's not like you got to go 2 and 3 games to get there. One game.
But they won't get that top seed.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
But they can. They have a shot at winning the division with Jordan Love.
Absolutely. Way to go, Jordan Love. Up next, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
How unstoppable.
They couldn't have asked for a better game.
And Tyreek B.
Tua and Tyreek were crazy yesterday.